way to create a data link would be to go to Insert, click on Data Link, and we're just going to create a new link. So we do Create Link, we give it a name, like electrical, and then we have to tell AutoCAD what file we are linking to. So that's when we go over to our spreadsheet. And then we have to tell it what we want to link. If you want to do a range, let's see, I don't want to link to range. Now you have to know the range. Ooh, that means I've got to switch back over to Excel. And find the range. So I want A1 to F15, because that is not something I have memorized. So here you have to specify A1 colon F15, and then you can do a preview. There we go. So you can do an entire sheet. You can link to a range. So that basically creates the linkage. I mean, you can give it a name. Even with the copy and paste method that I showed you earlier, I can go in and rename that because Excel Data Link 1 doesn't make a lot of sense. So you create the linkage. Then you have to go to your table command and actually make the table. So when I go to table, I want to start from a data link. I can choose that data link. Did I not save that? Apparently I didn't. It does help if you save it. So A1 to F15. Then I select the link. So with this method, you create the link, you create the table, you point the table to the data link, and then you click on OK. Now this linkage at this point is locked and it will update from the source. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to zoom out so we can see everything. So if I make a change in the table, so if I come over to the table and I want a quantity of 5,000, little typo, I'm going to save the file. Now once you save it, you're going to see a little balloon down in the corner that says data link has changed. Any table using this data may need to be updated. You click on this blue link and it will process it, and now your table's been updated. So it's an automatic notification that that table's been updated. However, if you want to go the other direction, you want to update AutoCAD and have it update the table, there's a couple of things we have to do. First of all, you cannot have the table open in Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and close this table. Because you cannot edit the table while it's being open. So in AutoCAD now, if I come up here and select a cell, you see the lock, the data link. So I have to come up here to cell locking and unlock the cell to allow me to edit that. So I'm going to change that one to 4,000. And you'll notice the next cell is locked. So it only unlocks the one that you want to edit. So now to update the table or to update the spreadsheet, you can select the table, right click, and down on the ribbon, there's an option that says, on the shortcut menu, there's an option that says write data link to external source. So if you update that, you should see a message on your command line that says one data link written out successfully. If you have the table open or the Excel spreadsheet open, you'll get an error message. Or it'll say 0 data links not updated, or you'll get some kind of error message. So now if I go back to Excel and open up that file, you'll notice it's been updated. So this gives you the ability to have a spreadsheet and update it through AutoCAD, or vice versa. Because for you, having a table on a drawing works for you, but it may not work for someone else that needs a spreadsheet. Now I'm going to leave this table open, and I'm going to come over here to this cell and unlock it. I'm going to make it 1,000. Now when I write it out to the source, it should give me an error message. 0 data links written out successfully. And I did not, the tooltip, which doesn't stay around very long. Let me click on the table. If you can read that, it actually says access is denied. So that kind of clues me in, okay. Typically you get that error message when another program has your file open. So that's pretty much how that works with the data link. You create the linkage, and you can create multiple data links. If you've got different areas of a spreadsheet that you want to link to, you can go ahead and create those linkage and then come over to AutoCAD and place them in the table. They have simplified this process so much that, it's really easy to do compared to what we used to do. Now, if you want to go into your properties, when we do our data link, let's go back to data link. You can select the linkage, right click, and go to edit. And then there's this expanded button down here that you can expand this out. So right now it's set to convert data format to text, solve formulas in Excel. You can do keep data formats and formulas, keep data formats, and solve formulas in Excel. I've never used the keep data format and formulas because I know there's some functions in Excel that AutoCAD doesn't handle. So basically they're letting Excel do the formulas, and then we're just basically converting it to text. And then under formatting, start with Excel formatting, do not update. And then if you need to change the range, you can do that as well. And like I said, you can also do an entire sheet. So if you want to link to the entire sheet, most likely it will say previews too large to display, and I think that's what your exercise is gonna have you do, is actually link that entire sheet. Questions? Now, who was asking me earlier, I don't know if it was Kenneth or Rodney that was having to link to spreadsheets. Rodney, okay, does this help?
I think so. It gives me at least
The starting